Do you ever find yourself thinking, well, this is just how life is now, I might as well just get on with it? I can't see where I can make any changes. See how I can't see any potential. I don't know how to make any change happen without completely wrecking my life. So I might as well just get on with it. I might as well just accept it for what it is and be grateful for what I've got. Now, living this kind of life, which is more settling, is not the same as choosing the life that you want to live. So you've got responsibilities, you've got career history, you've got people who rely on you, you've got financial constraints, you've got a life that you've created that you now feel trapped by. You feel like you are trapped by your circumstances. You can't see the potential, you can't see any opportunities, so you feel like it's safer just to stay where you are. It's easier just to settle into the life that you've already built. But is this really the life that you want to continue living into your future? So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can start to identify possibilities and opportunities that you may not currently be able to see. So if you feel like you want to be able to choose your future rather than settle for what you already have, then watch this video. Your circumstances are real, but they don't have to dictate your future. For a long time, I felt trapped in my circumstance. I just couldn't see the possibility or potential for myself, and that would allow me to leave the career behind that I no longer felt fulfilled in. I just couldn't see what was out there and what I could do instead. So instead of exploring and trying different things, I decided it was safer to stay where I was and not make any changes. So I stayed stuck for at least 4 years before I made a change. Now, in order to start moving forward, you need to be asking the right questions. So rather than just asking yourself, what is it that I can do next? It's better to actually identify what's not currently working. So a good place to really start with this is to ask yourself, what do you feel trapped by? So for me, a lot of it was around my job. I felt trapped by the security that that job offered me. It gave me a monthly paycheck, which meant that I could pay for my mortgage and all my bills and everything would be covered. I obviously liked the lifestyle that I had created over the many years of working. So over time, all of us accumulate responsibilities and we build a lifestyle that we enjoy, and the job affords us to be able to maintain that lifestyle. So I felt trapped by my own circumstances, really, in terms of the lifestyle that I had built. What also kept me stuck was that I couldn't see what I could do instead. I didn't allow myself to see what I could do. So I worked in the charity sector as a professional fundraiser. I didn't believe that I could do anything else. Firstly, I wasn't sure what I was able to do. I'd done fundraising for so long. I had a marketing background, but I didn't want to work in the corporate sector. I'd specifically chosen the charity sector because I wanted to avoid corporates. I had worked in the public sector in the past. It wasn't really an area I wanted to go back to. I didn't want to stay in the charity sector. I felt really stuck. I didn't know what I could do next, and I quickly shut down other ideas that may have entered my head because I couldn't see them as realistic, and I didn't really want to have to start all over again. So that kept me trapped. So one of the first things you should ask is, what is it that you feel trapped by? Because when you know what is keeping you stuck, you can start to ask yourself questions about the beliefs that you hold about being trapped. The next question is, which parts of your life feel most constraining? This may be your job, but it may also be your personal life, and it may be elements around your life. So for example, you might find that you want to be able to do more travel, spend more time with your family, or you want more time to spend on your health. So you feel constrained by the way your work is dictating how many hours you're dedicated to it, which means that you can't do all these other things that you enjoy. So being able to really appreciate that this is affecting your current life will again help you make more effective decisions. Thirdly, what have you been tolerating because you think it's just part of being an adult? Now, there are some things that we just assume, oh, life just has to be like that because now we're an adult, that's just how it is. But it may not be the case. So if there are things that you're assuming are just the way they are, question it, because it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. So you might be thinking that I've got to do X, Y, Z because now I'm an adult, these are the things I do. However, they could be things that you hand that responsibility to someone else to do. So for example, let's look at, you want to relocate, but you feel like you are responsible for an elderly parent and it's your responsibility to be around and care for them. Now, that may be something that you want to do. That should be something that you choose to do. If, however, your priority is actually, I want to move away, you don't have to abandon your parent. You can set up and create situations where they are cared for. So you can get people to come and visit and care for them. There are arrangements you can make that allow you to continue to move on with your life, but also uphold those caring responsibilities. You need to be clear on what it is you think you should be doing versus what you want to be doing. Now you've asked yourself these questions, if your answers still don't provide you with a different way of looking at your situation, then you need to delve a little bit deeper. So you can ask yourself, are your beliefs actually facts about the situation, or are they just assumptions about the situation? So for example, if you're still saying, I feel trapped because financially I can't start a new job because I would have to half my salary, is that actually true? The field that you're moving into, perhaps it is true, but have you explored it? Are there alternative careers that you could go into that mean that you don't have to halve your salary? So for example, when I was working in the charity sector, I worked as a professional fundraiser and I didn't want to start all over again. However, an opportunity arose where we created a role in innovation, and that actually was a role that I was very interested in. And it meant that I changed my job title, but I didn't have to change anything else. So there are opportunities that exist if you look for them or if you create them. So it's all about being open for discussion and talking to the people that you work with and the networks that you have. What you believe right now may or may not be true, but until you explore it and investigate and really interrogate it, you won't know for sure if that is fact or it's just an assumption. Those are the things that you need to do. Ask yourself what it is that you feel trapped by, what constraints do you feel you have on your life, what's most constraining, and also what things are you tolerating because you feel like that's part of being an adult. And then really dig deeper with those questions. Are they just beliefs? Are they assumptions? Are they factual? How can you explore the opportunities around what you've identified? So if you're feeling like you're still really unsure how to progress and how to move forward with this, I suggest you download the Life Fit tool, which is a tool I've created to help you explore exactly where you are right now and help you get clear on which areas of life don't fit anymore. So it's around identifying whether you have outgrown your life or actually is it other things that are impacting your ability to make a decision. When you feel clearer about where you are right now, you're able to think more clearly and make more effective, efficient decisions. So if you want to download the tool, comment Life Fit tool, or you can find the link in the description.